Hey y'all, so I wanted to talk to you today about some of the books that I like reading as an Usborne book consultant. Not necessarily from Usborne, but just in general, what I like to read and how I read it and where I read it. So, but I'm also eating lunch. I'm having some green grapes and strawberries. Okay. This one's kind of a classic. It's an awesome book and I absolutely love it. Gulliver's Travels. I love this book. I was rereading it and here's where I stopped. I haven't even gotten halfway through, but I love this book. Another book that I like are the Edward Monckton. I don't know. The Pig of Happiness. This is a really good story. I feel like everybody should read it. I also have The Lonely Dinosaur or something like that, but this is one of my favorites. Then last physical book that I actually finished reading was A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. He and his friend were walking the Appalachian Trail, or hiking the Appalachian Trail. And this is what this story is about. I really love it. I think it's a movie now. I haven't watched the movie. I haven't seen the movie, so I kind of like it. I'm eating lunch and Holly's over here like, hey, give me some. Okay, so some other books I like are silly. How Not to Die in the Outdoors, 110 Ways. Grizzly Ways to Croak. My best friend got this for me when she went to on her camping trip and stuff. So she got this for me because she thought I would absolutely love it, which I did. I kind of like funny books like that. You'll see. The next one I read was in high school. Gosh, it's all wet from Holly's nose. Was in high school. This one that I read. It's by Sandra Cisneros. Caramelo. It's really good. I really like that one. It reminds me a lot of my family. Even though none of my family hails from Chicago, but if you're Hispanic or Mexican American or whatever, sometimes it resonates, some of the stuff. So I really liked it. Another one that I loved and probably sparked my love of outdoors and wanting to live in the woods. Walden by Henry David Thoreau. I loved this edition, and so before my husband and I got married, I was like, oh, I want this book. You're still boyfriend and girlfriend, and he got it for me. Okay, so some other books that I like are right behind me. Got a lot of mess. Okay. Here's another one of those gag gift books. The Ultimate Worst Case Scenario Survival Handbook. 400 scenarios from the best-selling book. Because you never know when you might, be in a stampede of elephants. It teaches you how to do the Heimlich on, your dog, or get your cat to, poop on the toilet. It's really funny. Let me see if I can find the... I really love this book. So chapter 1, tooth and claw animal encounters, critical conditions, life and limb. Chapter 3 is shaky foundation. Can't we all just get along? Social scenarios. How to pretend you can. A lot of this stuff is so funny. If you want a funny book to read, it's gonna be this one. Oh, I should have just read the back. It's wrestle free from an alligator, survive a bird flu outbreak, survive a flu pandemic, deliver a baby in a taxi cab, how to take a punch. It's funny. Okay, and then this next book I keep in my purse. So whenever I'm at a doctor's appointment or my mom's appointment or somewhere where it's just taking forever, I have this one in my purse. Oh, or flying. Holly Madison, Down the Rabbit Hole. I love it so far. I'm a little bit more than halfway through, but like I said, I keep this in my purse, and this is one of the books that I read when I'm on the go. I try to keep a book in the car, but That didn't work. I forgot which one that one was too. I've got a lot of unfinished books. And then I have a book when I take when I do baths. I have The Alchemist in there, so I'm already on part 2, but I haven't taken another, haven't soaked in a while, so I wanted to reread that one, and that's the one I chose. So, as I said, I have so many unfinished books, it's ridiculous, and my husband's like, really, why do you want to get another one when you haven't even read the last 5? One day I will. I've worked in home health for five years, going on 6 years, and I'm sure that this next app has been around for at least a couple of those years. But recently I just got tired of listening to the radio and all that other stuff, so I decided another YouTuber that I really like to watch always does her May favorites, or her month favorites, and this one's always on there because she always does one of her favorite books. And so I recently downloaded Audible, and it's changed my life. I just kind of do the monthly credit thing. So I'm up to 4 books right now. I've only bought one of those books though, because you get a good price sometimes. So I downloaded that app. I listen to all the books in the car while I'm driving. That way I still get to listen and read books that I've been wanting to. The very first book that I got on there, or that I listened to on that app, was Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. Thumbs up. Loved it. The next one was How Not to Die by Dr. Greger. I recently switched over to a plant-based diet, and I wanted to, or this year, I've switched over to a plant-based diet and wanted to read it, and so I decided that I'd just listen to it. It took 17 hours. It has lots of chapters, and I'm really happy that I read it on there. Oh, going back to Go Set a Watchman. If you do want to read it and you're interested in that Audible app, Reese Witherspoon. Is it Reese? Yeah, Reese Witherspoon. She narrates it, and oh my gosh, she read it, the characters and everything, better than my head would have done it for me. It's amazing, so check that one out. The next one that I bought was by Gary Vaynerchuk. It's called Crush It. Kind of it's one of those motivational, get up off your booty and get going. I suggest one of his books, or just research him on YouTube if you need a little, if you need to ignite that spark that you have under you for either being an entrepreneur or anything like that in your career, or generally in your life. So I would check him out. And then the next book that I got and finished was Aziz Ansari's Modern Romance. I love that book too. It's a researched book about modern romance and the digital age, and how things are kind of turning between social media and dating sites and phones and texts and things like that. Excuse me. It was really good, so I recommend that one too. I think my next one's going to be, I have on my wish list, Alice in Wonderland. That one's narrated by Scarlett Johansson, and then the other one was narrated by Aziz Ansari, and so it was really funny. But yeah, that's how I started reading now, or listening to books, because it works for me and I enjoy it. And I was a little bit scared because I like to have the physical copy and write in it and highlight it and all these other things, but I gave in because I spend my whole life probably in the car. I spend 85% of my time in the car, and so I felt like it was time wasted. So if you feel like you drive a lot, or you're in your car, or you just don't have time to physically pick up a book, try that. I'm not getting sponsored or anything, so not any of that stuff. Just me, and that's what I decided to do, and those were a couple of my favorite books. I'm sure there's more, but I can't find them. Oh, my very first ever favorite book that got me I love books. And I try to find it because I know I have it, but I couldn't find it, was Mouse Soup. I don't even know who it's by. I started reading it in like Kinder, or I just loved the pictures in Kinder, and I've loved that story, Mouse to Soup. I don't know. So like 24 years ago, 25 years ago. I don't even know what age you are in Kinder anymore, so. But my favorite Usborne book, if you guys want to know, that I received, when I hosted my party, I got some free books, and so, they came in, or a couple of them came in, I don't know why. The Big Maze book. I love, figuring out different mazes, and so, I really like this one. I don't like that it's not reusable, but it's okay. I can always make copies or something, I'm sure. But what's y'all's favorite books? How do you like to read books? Do you like fiction, nonfiction, mystery, sci-fi, romance? What do you guys like to read? I hope that y'all have a great day. Sorry I'm a little bit late with this video. It's been kind of crazy, but have a good day, have a good week, be safe, and that's it. Bye, guys.